Welcome back to Praise Lay and Tidy All Day. If you are new here, hey, hello. My name is Miss Bo, but you can call me Brittany, and I am so grateful that you decided to press play today. This space has always been about faith, real life, growth, and grace, and today's episode is especially close to my heart. Today is January 26th. Well, it's actually the 24th. We're pre-recording this, but it'll be January 26th when you hear. And this day marks a full circle moment in my life that I never could have imagined a year ago. About a year ago today, I was standing on a scale. The first staring back at me was 328 pounds. I remember feeling out of breath all the time. I remember feeling frustrated. And honestly, I remember feeling completely defeated. It was right in between Brooklyn and Braden's birthdays, and Brooklyn had said, "Mom, you don't really get up and play with us." And I know that she wasn't trying to be mean. She was just being honest, and she was just being herself. But later that day, I stepped on the scale again, and for the first time, I didn't brush it off, because before that, the highest number I had ever seen was around 310 pounds. So seeing the 328, it did break something inside of me. And I went into my closet and pulled down the pair of 26 size pants that was something I promised myself I would never actually own. And in that moment, I knew I did not want to live like this anymore. So I threw them away and I said, I start today. Fast forward to today, 1 year later, this morning, I stepped on the scale and I saw that it was 199.5. And that number still feels really crazy for me to say out loud. Currently, I'm a certified personal trainer, and I'm still learning and growing with nutrition coaching and corrective exercise certifications. But more than anything, I am just ready to give back, because the truth is, people over a certain weight are often treated like they're a lost cause. And I want you to hear me really clearly when I say this. You are not a lost cause. You might be unhealthy right now and you might feel stuck right now, but that does not mean that your story is over. God is still working in you and He still has more for you. All right, loves, before we move on, I want to introduce something new that I'm really excited about. Starting now, I'm adding a new interview segment to Praise Lay and Tidy All Day. This space has always been about real life, faith, growth, and learning as we go, and I realized something that was really important. None of us are meant to do this alone. So each week, I'll be sitting down with someone new for a real honest conversation. No perfection, no filters, just real life and real grace, all bloopers included. Our first guest today is someone that you have actually heard me talk a lot about. If you've been around for any amount of time, you will have definitely heard me say her name before across all of my platforms. And if you have ever been on TikTok, there is a really, really good chance that you have seen her as well. So without further ado, I would love to introduce you to Miss Sharon Holloway, also known as the wonderful Nanah Holl over on TikTok. And just so you know, that is also my mama.
Good morning.
Good morning or good afternoon, whatever. I think it's morning time when we're recording this. Before we jump into the serious questions, I have what I am going to call the Praise, Lay, and Tidy question that I'm going to ask everyone who comes on the show. This is not a question I gave you, so you will not know what it is. But when you do your laundry, do you leave it in the basket or do you fold it right away? That's the question for you, Mama.
Okay. Well, I can say I fold them right away.
I knew you were going to say that because it's definitely not what I do. But if you know me, you know that I have laundry powder on my house at all times. So, all right, Miss Nanah Holl. Now that I've officially introduced you to the show, I would like to start us off with a few questions so everybody can get to know you just a little bit better. Can you please tell everyone just a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what your life looks like right now in this season?
Okay. Well, hello all. As you know, my name is Sharon, but I go by Nanah Holl on TikTok. I am a wife, I'm a mother, and I'm a grandmother. But first and foremost, I'm a believer in Christ.
Amen to that.
I love all my kiddos. I'm a housewife also. I'm a taxi driver.
For me.
I could go on. I'm a normal mother to some wonderful kids. And my daily routine is helping out first thing in the morning with school things, doing lives, cooking dinner.
We're doing lives on TikTok. Yes.
Cleaning house, doing laundry, all the things that a mom does and a lot of people don't recognize. But I have a wonderful husband,
Papa Holl.
Papa Holl.
Papa Holl on TikTok. We'll have to tag him in a little thing down below.
Yes. I have a beautiful daughter. I have a
Thank you.
adopted son.
Justin.
And all the grandkids. There's 4 grandbabies. Oh my goodness.
Very
Beautiful
handsome.
grandbabies. I honestly think that's probably the best part of my days is when I get to spend time with them.
Yay! Nanah rocks. They love their Nanah.
Yeah, I love them too. Oh my goodness. Just a normal mom, you know. Sometimes I'll do some gardening. Most of the time I like to do crafting with resin.
Yes.
And just other stuff, hot glue, whatever. Just anything I can do, I try to do it. And right now, and during this season, we are in the process of trying to move to a permanent home.
Yes, Jesus.
And all that's working out. So we're just taking one day at a time and just trying to keep our heads above water and get settled.
Exactly. Amen to that. Amen to that. So you're also on a weight loss journey. Well, on a health journey, I should say. You're also on a health journey.
You're right. I am on a health journey. I know a lot of y'all probably know I have type 1 diabetes, not type 2. There's a big difference.
There is a very big difference.
Type 2 is fixable. Type 1 is not. So, and all the things that come with it, daily struggles, daily habits, just the things that are hidden, the illnesses, just things that don't heal right, and that people with diabetes or type 1 diabetes pretty much hides it, just like anybody that has any illness that they're not really wanting to share or deal with. They kind of hide their things, a lot of their things, and that's kind of like type 1 diabetes. The daily struggles are real, and when I say they're real, yes. And it's not just the fact that my sugar is either high or low, or I can't eat this or I can't eat that. It's what the diabetes causes on you every day.
Yes.
When you have, if you have arthritis, or if you have asthma, or if you have, any little things like that, the diabetes makes it 10 times harder.
Yes.
For that to either heal or for you to control it or, live with it. But I am on a health journey. I started back in February of 2025. I was overweight as well, but my weight loss well, I don't know how anybody, this was something, it's not because I ate wrong or ate right or binged ate or anything like that. Like I was saying, type 1 is different than type 2. So,
kind of like medications over the years that caused weight loss and
or causes weight gain.
I'm sorry, weight gain. That's what I meant. Causes weight gain.
Yes. So the medicine that I'm on to control my sugar puts weight on you, and it won't let you lose weight.
Yes.
And with all these GLP ones that have been coming out for the last, I'd say maybe 5 years.
Yeah, it hasn't been very long. Well, actually, I take it back because a friend of mine's been on it for 5 years. So
yeah, there was not any for a type 1 diabetic. There's plenty for type 2.
Yes, there is.
But there wasn't any for type 1, and there still isn't any for type 1 because that's not what it's really for. It's for to control your A1C or your or weight loss, which type 1 is. It's kind of hard to explain. I mean, I've been living with it for almost 40 years.
Oof,
so, and I've been taking shots pretty much for that long. So anyways, and all that medicine that I take, that's in the shots, is what keeps weight on you. And you know, I didn't know this until I met my husband, as far as that it will cause weight gain, and it'll help you. So a lot of people will use it differently, the insulin. And I didn't know this until my brother-in-law asked if I could spare a bottle for him, and I didn't understand why at first. And then he told me, because him and his twin brother were a bodybuilder, and he said that it helps bulk him up when he's because he was doing competitions in weightlifting. And but it makes sense now because
I don't know if he was supposed to do that or not.
Honestly, I don't think so.
I don't think he was supposed to do that. We might have to edit that part, but it's okay. It's okay.
But it was the fact that he told me it puts weight on you, or it helps you put weight on. And at the time, I didn't acknowledge it. It didn't register.
Didn't register what he was wanting to do
until later in life. I was like, you know what? All this weight that's on me, it makes so much sense why you can't lose weight while you're on insulin.
While you're on insulin, I recently learned when I'm getting my I just got my certified personal trainer certificate, and there is a whole course on diabetics, type 1 and type 2. So I learned that it's actually important for personal trainers to know about diabetes, because if you have a diabetic coming in, the types of exercise that you can have them do can actually, if their sugar is too high or too low, it can actually put a lot of damage on their body, and you can accidentally put them into decay if you're not careful.
Right.
So I learned quite a bit about diabetes and about what your body actually goes through, and you're right, there's a lot of hidden things, I think, that only people that have type 1 would know.
Right.
Because I have low sugar issues. I'm hypoglycemic, but when I was pregnant, I was pre-diabetic, and I didn't really still even get the full understanding of what it was. I understood what it was like to have sugars high, but now that I'm a lot healthier and I just have hypoglycemia, I still don't fully understand the whole feeling of your sugar going high. I mean, I understand it a lot more now because I had to educate myself about it, but it's definitely a struggle, and I wouldn't wish it on, I don't even think I'd wish it on Kate myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish this on anyone either, but it's what I have, it's what I was born with, so I just try my best to do every day as normal as I can, and and just move forward. What else? So with that being said, I had put on weight, 100 pounds or 100, more than 100 pounds I had put on over the years, and I couldn't take it off no matter what I did.
Eating healthy, exercise.
Mm-hmm. When I worked, I did a lot of walking, so I assumed the walking was
Enough,
yes, but it wasn't in reality. But we live and we learn.
Yes, we do.
Every day, and we just
do the best we can with what we got.
yes ma'am.
So, if you feel like sharing, you don't have to, but do you know the amount that you've taken off now?
I've probably taken off around 90 pounds.
Oh, let's go, Mama. That's exciting.
Yes, I definitely feel better, I guess you could say. But with everything else that diabetes has caused in my body, I'm still struggling with, a lot of things, but I definitely feel like I'm getting better and better as the days go by. So
yay.
I'm really grateful that I have my family and God beside me, because without them and Him, I don't know where I'd be.
Aw. Okay, hold on 1 second.
So I'm very grateful, just blessed that God has plans for me and my life is not over, nowhere near.
Well, it kind of leads into the second question I had for you. How has faith shaped the season of life that you're in right now? Or your relationship with God, I should say. But you were just saying, He's really just done everything. But
without Him, I honestly don't know where I'd be. He definitely changed my life when He saved me, and I just rely on Him every day, and it just definitely makes the day better, and the days that come are better as well. The only thing I could really say is I don't know what I'd do without Him. I mean,
I felt that in my whole soul. It's,
machine.
Hold on, sweetie. I think that I'm sure you can feel the same way, through the process of the health goal, however you want to put it, I think that the days that I relied on my relationship with Him more and connected with Him more, it was almost like I had an understanding that He was with me through it. And then when I didn't, like days that I was too busy or whatever you want to say, I felt that I was almost distant from God. And then I didn't feel like I was really understanding things until I got closer with Him. And I don't know.
That makes sense.
I mean, like that, does that happen with you too, or no?
Yeah.
It does. Well, I know. Well, you've been in your faith for a long time. I have known about God my whole life, but I've only really become a follower in the last probably 5 years. So it's all it's not new, but it is still kind of new. I still have.
So how does that make you feel? Do you feel the difference?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
There are days. Well, actually, there's weeks and months too. I will say that there is I don't know if you want to call it a calling or what it is, but when you have a relationship with God, if you try to step back or step away, it's almost like He pulls you back to Him.
Yes.
And I know that's what we had a few months. There was a few months that the health journey was a struggle, and it was putting stress on me, the marriage, the kids, everything. And we weren't going to church. We weren't connecting with people. I wasn't reading the Bible like I was supposed to. and you could feel it. It was like a heaviness.
Yes.
And it did not change until I opened up my Bible. And I had to have a one-on-one with God, because that's what you gotta do sometimes. I had a one-on-one, and I was like, Lord, I need you to make me want you. And I know that sounds like a silly prayer, but in my mind, I was like, I don't want to do anything else. Like, I want the not the feeling. I want I want you to want me song. I was like, I want to want God. So like, put it in me to want you for everything that I do, type of thing.
I do that prayer almost every day.
You have to, because it's like, if you,
Yep.
when you're separated, it's almost like chaos just comes in, and it messes with you.
Yes, it does.
And I mean, there were weeks that like we were having real struggles in our marriage, and I could just feel that it was because we weren't our relationship with God was just, it wasn't there. But as soon as I started reading again, as soon as I started praying over my husband, as soon as he started praying over me, as soon as we stepped back in the church, that was lifted. And it was like, okay, well, that's what we needed, God. Can you just keep us here so we're not dumb and stray away anymore?
Yep.
But I don't know, that's kind of what I wanted with the question, was just, how has his relationship kind of impacted you? But
Quite a bit.
it's impacted me too. I think that it's necessary.
Yes.
I've learned a lot about health in general, and a lot of people don't realize, like, your mental health, spiritual health, physical, it's all connected.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not taking care of all of it, you are never going to be healthy. You're never going to be fully healthy. Oh, our dog just came in. That's okay. That being said, before I get into the next question, I want to share that I always try to give listeners a small change, a small habit, or a decision that they can take into their day, something that is simple and can make a big difference. So instead of me doing that today, I would love to ask you, what is one small change, habit, or decision that you have made recently that has made a difference for you in your life? I know, it's kind of a hard one.
Well, so, wow.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, because
It makes you think, though.
there has been changes that I've done, but it's not because I've done it, it's because God's done it.
And most of the time it is like that.
And yes, so yeah, I would say all the, like, he's given me a lot of understanding, meaning, like, Sharon, you need to sit and listen for a second, and you need to understand this before you move forward. Which were, before, I would say, I didn't even worry about thinking about,
What
say,
you were saying.
if someone asked me if say you're, my husband, if he said, hey, ask me a question or something, and then there'd be times where I wouldn't even acknowledge it, or I wouldn't even answer it right away, or I'd take a long time to think about it.
Yeah.
Well, now it's completely changed. It's almost like an instant reaction if he asks me a question, or if we, are talking about something, whether it's finances or this or that. I'm right there on it.
That's good.
To me, I feel like that's God changed me, because before I was saved, yeah, it was my way or no way, and I didn't listen, I didn't consider.
It was just going to be your way or nothing type of thing.
So I feel like that's probably the biggest thing that I've changed, is the understanding of my spouse, or my loved ones, or whatever.
That's a good one. I see, it's kind of the same for me, but it's not. So my thing is, I used to constantly react to everything. I would never like listen and like give an answer. I would just react to whatever it was. And so about, I don't know, a few years ago, I got to the point where I would start to think about what I was saying first. I think God really helped me with that one because, well, I have an autistic brain, so I think about everything anyway, but I really have to think about what I'm saying and if it's worth actually saying. I've had to realize that too. Like, not just saying what I want to say, but considering like, hey, if I say this, is it actually going to affect the other person? And it's really big time with the kids. I have to think about like, instead of telling my kids, well, that was dumb, why'd you do that? I have to think like, okay, is this going to be something that affects them later on down the line? Is what I say going to cost them thousands of dollars in therapy later on down the line? As someone that has literally spent thousands of dollars on therapy. Before we were interrupted by my, wow,
10-year-old daughter.
My 10-year-old and my 6-year-old. The question was, I was saying, I know for me it's definitely a yes, but is there anything that you had to unlearn, release to God, or work through mentally or emotionally in the season? And you were saying,
yes.
What were you saying? I forgot.
Forgiveness.
Yes, that's what it was. Forgiveness. All right. Well, do you want to tell me about it? You don't have to if you don't want to, but.
I mean, it's just something that in the past I held on to I held grudges. And I couldn't forgive people. And now, and I've been working on that for a while, and now, yeah, I mean, I'm learning how to do it and let things go with God's, thank goodness for God's grace. Because like, without him, I honestly don't know where I'd be, but he has definitely helped me in that department for sure, because I had a lot of grudges that I held on to for years and years, and it was just, it wasn't good.
No,
it's never good, but it's very hard. It's a hard thing to change for sure.
Yeah.
And each day I still work on it.
Sometimes I've known people that have worked on the same thing for decades, and
yeah, that's a hard one. But I'm getting there, and God's helping me with it.
Well, good. I'm glad he's helping you with it.
Yes, because I can't do it by myself. There's no way.
Definitely not. Forgiveness is one I'm working on too. I'm working on that one through therapy though, which sometimes I think is just needed. But yes, forgiveness is a hard one. Mine is definitely patience, but I know there are a lot of habits and things that I've had to unlearn for sure, that it hasn't caused issues, but it's just funny because we learn things like through generations of people. Like we learn things from our parents that they learned from their parents, and they learned from their grandparents and all this. And then when you become an adult, you realize like, maybe some of these things are just not things that I needed to know. Like one of the biggest ones for me was like eating everything on my plate. That was a big one for me. It's kind of the silliest one that I've had to unlearn, but for a long time I was so stuck on like having to eat everything on my plate that it didn't matter what I put on my plate, like it had to be done. And you would think that on this journey of this, this weight loss journey, this health journey, it'd be like the first thing to easily give up, and it's still a struggle.
Wow.
Because like you mentally instill these things, and it's like really hard. So now myself, I'm trying to like teach the kids, oh, you don't have to finish your plate. Like if you don't want it, don't eat it. And it's really hard for me to say because like I still don't do it. So
yeah, it's hard because I can still remember your granny and Papa and your dad. get what you want, but eat all you get.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can see that being a struggle
Let
and
me tell you
hard.
something.
You're going to have to hold on, sweetie.
And what they were trying to instill in you is to not waste anything.
Yeah. It's just not to be wasteful.
So, yeah.
I think a better habit I'm trying to tell the kids, well, I'm just doing for the kids, is making those smaller plates to begin with. And like I myself, to like get past the whole thing, I have started making my plates on kid plates. So that way, like I still get the mental image of eating everything, but not, you know. Okay, y'all. So, since my babies are getting restless, I'm going to finish this up with my last question. What would you want to say to someone that is listening right now who feels like they are stuck, that's discouraged, or like they're behind? What message would you want to leave with them today?
To never give up and to and never stop trying.
It's
That's a good
cool now.
And I know that can be an easy thing to do. Stop trying, or
yeah.
you know, or say in your head, I'm just done, I'm giving up, blah blah blah. That is so easy for anyone, whether they're healthy, not healthy, struggling, a little stable.
It could be something for addictions. I mean, anything.
It
Caffeine.
can be easy for anyone to say it. If you normal John Doe that goes to work every day, comes home, does the same thing, and he seems fine, but then he could say, "Oh, I can't do it no more. I want to give up." That's an easy thing to do. But I just say, don't ever give up, and don't ever stop trying. You know, because and if you feel like that, you know, anybody can pray anywhere.
Exactly.
And if they don't want to pray, they can call, you know,
They can call somebody to pray for them.
or to talk to, just to get it out, and grab your dog, hug your dog, you know, if you feel like you need to, if you feel like, oh, I need to give up, or this and that, just rethink it and never give up.
That's it?
I mean,
it's a pretty simple message.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what else, but if you never give up, then guess what? You're always going to keep trying.
Exactly.
And you'll go, people may not think they're going to go any further, but they will if they never give up.
Okay.
And no one has any idea what's in the future other than God.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I would say never stop trying and never give up.
Okay, I like it. All right. Okay, Mama. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us and giving everybody the really good message. Conversations like this are exactly why I wanted to add this segment to the Pray, Slay, and Tidy All Day, just to remind us that growth doesn't happen when you're by yourself. But before we move into our Pray, Slay, and Tidy All Day tips for today, I want to take a quick moment for our sponsor. A big thank you to our sponsor, Everyday Dose. Everyday Dose is a low-acid coffee alternative with collagen and functional mushrooms that gives you a smooth, steady energy without making you feel wired or crashing later. And if you know me, you know there is already enough chaos in my life to be dealing with a coffee crash. So that's why I switched to Everyday Dose. It gives me clean, steady energy without the jitters or the crash. It's easy on my stomach, and it actually helps me feel focused and calm instead of wired and tired. You can find it linked in the linky land down below, or you can go to www.everydaydose.com/missbo. That's everydaydose.com/MRSBO. Now, let's move into our Pray, Slay, and Tidy tips for today. All right, loves, for our pray tip of the day, I want to encourage you to take a short morning reflection. Nothing fancy. I want you to just sit with God and thank Him for progress, not perfection, no matter what that progress looks like for you. Thank Him for His grace, because this journey is not about being perfect. It's about taking one step forward. The verse I want to anchor this with today is Philippians 1:6, which says, "He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion." That being said, just remember that God didn't bring you this far to leave you unfinished. Now let's talk about our slay tip, because slay means everything around here. Your slay tip today is simple and actionable. Choose one small healthy decision today. You can do water instead of soda. You can do an apple instead of a Twinkie or a sweet snack. You can do one short walk after dinner, but that's it. That's all I want you to do today. Again, this is not perfection. This is just progress. And then, of course, this would not be Pray, Slay, and Tidy all day without your tidy tip of the day. But our tidy tip for today is tidying the mind. I want you to release one negative thought to God, just one, whatever it may be. If you're thinking that you're not enough, or like Nanah Holl said, you want to give up, or you're thinking that you're behind, or you're never gonna finish, I want you to give it to God, let it go, and then replace it with something that God says about you. This is something that I do quite often, and a good example of this would be, I don't feel like I'm enough. I'm gonna release that and replace it with, God says that I'm more precious than rubies. But regardless, release the lie, whatever it is, replace it with truth. All right, and you know that I love my quirky little finds. I am no math genius, but they say if you get just 1% better each day, you will be a whole lot better by the end of the year, like 30-something times better. James Clear talks about this in Atomic Habits. Basically, what I'm saying is this: tiny steps add up. I want to close today with another scripture that I lean on quite a bit, and it is Isaiah 43:19, and it says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up." This isn't the end of your story, it is just a new chapter. So, if today is your starting point, I want you to know that I'm proud of you. If you're in the middle, I want you to keep going. And if you're seeing your own full circle moment like I am today, I would like you to celebrate it. Enjoy it, love it. Remember that we are choosing progress over perfection, grace over guilt, and tiny steps every single day. Thank you for spending this time with me. I've been your host, Brittany, and I will see you next time on Pray, Slay, and Tidy All Day. Bye.